The next step that we're going to go through is deploying a second NSX Manager. So I'm going to go ahead and do that by creating another virtual machine, deploying this guy, click on next, and I'm going to say this is going to be host 2-NSXmgr2. I'm going to click and find the place where it's hiding at the moment, and that's going to be coming back to VMware, VMware docs, and I'm going to jump over here to NSX, NSXv, grabbing the manager, opening. I'm going to go to deploy, put it in QNAP, going to agree to license, then click next. I'm going to put it into the VMware lab trunk, power on automatically, click next, and I'm going to set up some of the information. So I'll set the password and all that good stuff that goes along with it. And last of many passwords, and we're going to go ahead and set up this IP address here. Will be the host name will be dc2-nsxmgr1. The IP address here will be 10.0.0.31. The mask will be /24. The gateway will be 10.0.0.1. Nothing for IPv6. DNS will be 10.0.0.0.254. And it'll be lab.local as my search domain. Services configuration, I will enable SSH, and we'll go ahead and just join the CEIP, click next, and then finish. So that's going to go ahead and get downloaded and get installed. It's going to power on. Obviously take a few minutes to get integrated, and then once it's online, we'll go ahead and join it to the vCenter as we have it set up. So I'll be back in here in just a moment once it's fully uploaded. Alright, so after a little bit of time, our NSX Manager, DC2 NSX Manager 1 is now online. So what I get to go do is log into it. So let's go jump back over here to our server, and I'm going to go ahead and close this out real quick. Let me go just double check to make sure that I have done on that. I'm going to make sure that I can reach that 10.0.0.0.31. So I'm going to come over here. I want to ping dc2-nsxmgr1.lab.local, and it responds, which is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and click in here and type in https://dc2-nsxmgr1.lab.local. We get the privacy error. We're going to go ahead and connect in. I'm going to go ahead and log in real quick with our super long password. And then I'm going to look at the view summary, and we're going to take a look at this, making sure that all of our management components are online. And then I'm going to point to DC2. Okay, I'm going to go over to management of the appliance, and then I'm going to do the lookup service. So over here I'm going to type in DC2 vCSA 1.lab.local with the administrator at vSphere.local and the password that I set up. Go ahead and click on OK, and we should get a certificate pop up saying, yep, we can detect it, and we're going to go ahead and associate to it. Alright, that'll take a moment or two to do its thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and edit the next one, which I'm going to do, this one here, I'm just going to hit the down arrow and then swap the 1 out for a 2. Whoops, well, let me do that, huh? And we're going to DC2 vCSA 1, the administrator at vSphere.local, and the password that we defined. Click on OK. We'll get another certificate warning, and then that should automatically connect me to the host. We'll go ahead and take a minute or two to do that. Now, let me go back over here to this guy, and I'm going to go to menu and then networking and security. And if you hit the drop down, right now we only have a single NSX Manager, right? Not that big of a deal. Let me go ahead and let me log out It might take a couple of minutes for this to actually trigger, but when we log in again, we should have two show up, 10.00.21 and 10.00.31. Let me go ahead and log back in real quick. We may have to log into the other guy, the other vCenter server, but we'll just take this here in just a second, just to make sure that we've got everything squared away. And there it is. Both of them are showing up now, which is what we want to see. Now, right now, we're going to keep these guys separate, right? We're not going to join them together and all that good stuff. We are going to, we're going to leave them be because there's some, well, we will eventually join them together, and it's not that big of a deal if we don't right now, but you could join them together. So I will bring you guys back in when we talk a little bit more about that later. So at this point, we are pretty much done with our deployment of the second NSX Manager. The integration with vCenter server is complete. We're going to go back over here to hosts and clusters, and we can see that we have the second VCSA deployed, and we're in good shape. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is roll out the additional configurations that we need, which is going to be the additional hosts. We're going to roll out 2 out of the gate, and which is 1 for our compute and 1 for our management, and we're going to go from there. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me, and I'll catch everybody else in the next video.